I'm Russ Brummel from GlowTouch Technologies. I'm the Vice President of Operations. We're based in Louisville, Kentucky. We have a development center in Mangalore, India. We've got about 1,000 employees. We've been working with the hosting industry for now about 11 years, really our whole life. We stood up Parallels Automation on Amazon Web Services. It's a full Parallels Automation implementation like a hoster would have. It's got SharePoint and Exchange. It's got Linux and Windows hosting. It's sort of soup to nuts, normal kind of PA installation. It's about 32 servers, I think. Sure. We've been talking to Parallels over the last 6 months or so about what's in their future and maybe taking their stuff to some cloud-based infrastructure. And we started talking with Amazon, and a number of people said basically that it couldn't be done. It would be very difficult to be done. We figured out some ways to do it with some unique Amazon management tools. Basically automated it, scripted it, put it all together. It was kind of an interesting joint partnership between us and Parallels, with Amazon lending a bunch of technical support and obviously the infrastructure to the project. So. Sure. Yeah, the Amazon technology that makes this possible is really only about 7 to 8 months old. PA has a lot of complex routing and infrastructure kind of needs underneath. If you're doing it in a standard data center, you can put up firewalls and load balancers and extra network cards and other things that allow sort of a public-facing side and a private side, basically, in the PA install. Most clouds aren't quite that flexible yet. Amazon has some new stuff that just allows that. And so we were able to, I think, kind of stretch it a little bit. We had some help from some very, very smart Amazon guys to work out some of the finer details to get it running. But once it ran, it just was very, very smooth. So. I think Amazon is very sort of agnostic as to where their customers come from. They know that people are going to use Amazon Web Services. People are going to use Dropbox and other stuff anyway. So their whole goal was to say, if we can enable another channel of people to bring customers into things that eventually end up on Amazon infrastructure. For them, it's just all about, can we sell infrastructure? They don't want to manage individual hosting customers or small business, anything like that. They really want the service providers, the hosters, to do all the customer management, to do all of that stuff, and then just house it on Amazon, as opposed to housing it on servers in their own data center or somebody's off-premises center. So. Yeah, there's a couple of use cases there. One is a new hoster who just wants to get into the business. Obviously, this is a quick and easy way to set it up. You can set up PA in a couple of weeks. Or if somebody's sort of ready to upgrade to PA from Plesk or from a smaller system, this is a quick and easy way to get it up to market, get it set up. You can also have things like Parallels Automation is flexible enough where you could say, I'm doing all my Linux hosting in my data center, I want to do all my Windows hosting out at Amazon, or I want to host Exchange out at Amazon, or whatever it is, and you can build those sort of hybrid environments. The other piece that we're offering is sort of sandbox as a service, so for ISVs who are trying to get into Parallels Automation, we'll stand up the sandbox, their own private sandbox for them, and provide some technical support and other things to get them, sort of help them get out into the hosting market quicker and easier too. Sure. Yeah, I think a lot of the hosting industry, it's a lot of engineers who have started up hosting companies, a lot of guys who have always had the server in their back room, they've managed the data center, and they like their data center. So they want to do whatever they've done before, maybe faster and better, and that's a lot of times is more servers or bigger servers or more memory. And it's sort of a paradigm shift to say, I want an infrastructure that I can't see. I can't see the lights flashing on it. And that's kind of a mind shift that people are embracing slowly but surely. I think when you go to another service provider, if you go to a SoftLayer or Rackspace, somebody else, they're housing your servers anyway sometimes. So there's a physical server there, but maybe you don't see it. And that's kind of an interim step to say, I'm going to a completely virtualized infrastructure, which we know from our experience is just as robust as a traditional infrastructure, but a lot of people, it's a change, it's a mind shift, and people kind of have difficulty embracing that sometimes. Well, and I think the two concerns are, one, Amazon blackouts are widely publicized, where my couple of servers that went down in my data center is not so widely publicized, so there's sort of a perception issue about the infrastructure itself. But Amazon, in talking with us, has said over and over and over again, they don't really want to manage or support a small business, medium-sized business, even enterprise business user. They're just interested in providing infrastructure. So whoever's consuming that infrastructure, is fine. They would actually rather have hosters, host it and manage the customer and manage the whole relationship, and just use Amazon as a back end, sort of transparent to anything else. That's really their whole goal. They just want to sell more, more servers, more instances. They want to increase the use of their cloud. That's their whole model. So I think we've heard some people say, yeah, I don't want to give my customers to Amazon, and I think that's not Amazon's interest at all. That's not where they're going. Well, the way we've approached it is we're just trying to help enable the whole ecosystem. We're trying to enable hosting providers to do more and different stuff, whether that's standing up in a traditional data center, standing it up at Amazon, or whatever it is. So we work pretty closely with Parallels, we work pretty closely with Amazon, we'll work pretty closely with a hosting partner to figure out what their needs are and scope out a system and then bring it up very, very quickly. Again, whether it's at Amazon or somewhere else. And then we also offer all of the sort of consulting and managed services around that. So we've had some folks that have talked to us about possibly helping them manage their Amazon infrastructure, because while they're familiar with, I have a dozen servers over here and I can manage them, they're not so familiar with, yeah, but what do I do at Amazon to do that same kind of functionality? So we can help them manage their infrastructure long-term as well, which really frees them to focus on growing their business and not worry so much about keeping the servers on.